Hey guys, INSANEBRIT here. Welcome back to the channel. This is just a rambling vlog. I won't even lie, it's unscripted. I'll be talking about a number of topics, you know, from gaming, or my playthroughs, maybe what's coming up, my beard as well. And I know it's like, what about your beard, dude? Some people like it, some people hate it. It is what it is. But I'll just address it nonetheless. Sorry if it's a bit dark in here. What the fuck's with the light? It's daytime. So yeah, jumping in right in at food. I'll go into food because I know a majority of you are into food. Food will continue as and when. I do those once a week, as you know, when I find something a little bit interesting. Some things you'll be interested in, some things you won't be. It is what it is, hit and miss. Some people unsub because they're bored of the content. I understand that. That's just the way the world works, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that they were inactive subscribers and they just thought, who the hell is this guy? I don't remember subbing to him. Or, oh yes I do, but I'm not interested in his content, whatever. Which is unfortunate, but there you go, it happens. Or maybe people didn't like my playthroughs and unsubbed, or maybe people didn't like what I said or my opinion, and that's okay too. Everybody has a different opinion on different subjects, etc., etc. But it's always good to get a good perspective of different people's opinions and views regardless. But it's always good if you agree with that person anyway. It is what it is. So yeah, food, like I said, will continue as and when. If I find something interesting, if I go with the current theme, maybe Christmas, maybe we've got one coming up for Pancake Day, I believe, as well. It is what it is. I would like to do more with that, in terms of maybe cooking something and stuff like that, but there just ain't people around really to help me with that. And when I say help me, I mean hold the camera and do various things or whatever. And there just isn't anyone around to help me do it. It is whatever I do on my channel. It's a one-man show. Me doing the food review, me doing the playthrough, me doing the vlogs, me doing the research, me doing the unboxings, me buying the products. It is what it is. I'm not complaining at that, but just so you understand, it's a one-person show. It's all done through my own X, Y, and Z. It's all me. There's no one really just to even, you know, hold a camera or whatever it is. You know, but just it is the way it is. So I've got limitations on myself in that way, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Anyway. So that's food. It's hit and miss. So there'll be one for Pancake Day coming up. I think that's February 13th, 2018. I always like Pancake Day. Not that I used to make them on Pancake Day, obviously, but you know, you just forget about it. You're an adult now. Blah blah blah. We're not kids anymore. So that's food reviews. Like I said, they will appear once a week, hopefully, here and there, hit and miss. Some of them may be more boring than others, but at the same time, people are generally interested in. I think I'm going to do one next time coming up is a meal deal. People are generally interested in what I would pick for a meal deal. And I'm like, what? Well, okay, whatever. It's simplistic, but I'll go for it and I'll review it for you guys. You know, it is what it is. You can leave your suggestions in the comment section below, and hopefully one day I'll get around to doing them because I'm kind of slow on the uptake. I know, it is what it is. Okay, next up is my beard. I'm going to talk about my beard. Some people hate it, some people like it. It is what it is. I just decided to grow it. I've always been lazy when it comes to shaving anyway. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna decide to not shave it and just let it grow and maybe style it a little bit. And I think I've made a couple of errors with the beard anyway in itself. When the beard was wet, for example, I cut a bit off and it left a bit of a patch, and I was like, shit. So that was my major fuck up there. And I'm really annoyed at that. But anyway, that was just one mistake, and I've made that mistake again. Also, I think the lines for my beard, or whatever, the shape has to be a bit better. It has to be groomed. I haven't had it groomed or trimmed in about a month now, and that has to be done over the next couple of weeks. So you'll see me with a haircut and a beard trim, hopefully, where it's nicely shaped up or whatever. I have got some beard products and stuff. I thought about doing some beard unboxings and stuff, beard product unboxings and stuff like that. I have been using this beard oil. It's from Buy My Beard, BY My Beard, by the way, you know, like Buy My Beard. And 30ml, it's very nice, smells of vanilla, smells beautiful, keeps the beard lovely and soft and whatever. I've been moisturizing it as well. I'll leave that in a pack in the link in the description below if you're interested in buying that, if you want to grow a beard or growing a beard. Mine's not the best. I know there are tons of people on YouTube that do that kind of content and stuff, but this was like £2. I don't know about shipping or whatever, but you can buy a pack with the beard shampoo and beard moisturizer and stuff for about £8-9 overall. You know, it's cheap as hell. So I've been building up some beard products and beard oils and stuff like that. You know, beard grooming, as it were. You know what I mean? I also have a beard brush as well and a beard comb. Blah blah. You know, maybe I could do some unboxings on that. I don't know. I'm unsure about adding that kind of content. It's kind of a grooming thing, and I'm not one for. I don't feel I'm the best at, you know, the beard stuff. I'm very much a noob myself in that respect. You know, it is what it is. So I just decided to grow it, essentially. Like I said, some people love it, some people hate it. Some people have even taken it upon themselves to message me on PSN. Yes, I did get your message. Telling me to shave it off and X, Y, and Z. You know, some hate crap I got. And I'm like, what the fuck? You really that dedicated? You found me on PSN and then you messaged me over that shit? Are you having a laugh? Some people have no life. I don't know. It is what it is. I barely tweet at my favorite YouTubers, let alone, you know, finding them on PSN and stuff. I know some people wacko that way, aren't they? So yeah, that's the beard topic maybe taken care of. Essentially, like I said, some people love it, some people hate it. Playthroughs. I want to get this off my chest and here and now, and I have to address it. But once I've addressed it, you'll never hear from it again, hopefully. So yeah, it started off with Game of Thrones, okay? Game of Thrones, the playthrough got me interested in watching the series, which I still haven't done, by the way. You know, I haven't got the HBO, whatever it is, you know, I haven't got that channel, whatever it is, or I can't be bothered to watch it online, I won't even lie. But it got me kind of interested in the show. I never got around to watching it and probably won't. But the playthrough itself, there's two things with it. One of them was the main thing, and that is the sound. The sound was garbage. My recording was shit. It really was. And it was terrible, not to up my usual standard. I deleted the whole playthrough in the end. But the playthrough itself was boring anyway. I only got interested in the 4th and 5th episode, and I was like, well, that's no good. That really isn't good. It was an interesting story, but it was mostly politics. And then there was a bit of action at the end where there was a dragon and stuff like that. So I kind of felt that it was a boring playthrough overall, but I would have still liked to have had that on my channel. And essentially, because the sound was so bad and the quality recording was bad, the sound was with echo and everything, I deleted the whole playthrough. And you know, that echo bullshit continued on to South Park Stick of Truth in the first 3 or 4 hours. I ended up going back. I was so frustrated at all parts 1 to 3, and was thinking people wouldn't stick with the playthrough because of the part 1 was so bad. So I essentially deleted parts 1 to 3, re-uploaded it. I re-recorded it, re-uploaded it, and people were like, "Why is he re-uploading the same videos?" Whatever, and maybe some people dropped off because of that. I don't know. But essentially now you can watch parts 1 to 16 all the way through, all in order. Good sound, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I had to do that because the playthrough just wasn't good enough. I have now sorted the recording of the sound on the games that I've been playing. I've been double checking on other profile, making sure everything was perfectly fine. It seems to happen on certain games like the Telltale series, and things with very acute voiceovers, like specific high in dialogue playthroughs, you know what I mean? I mean, it happened with Uncharted, and I still didn't get it fixed, and it was some echo there, and that, to me, is not a very good standard, and I'll leave that one up there, just because it's such a long playthrough. It isn't so bad, but it is there, and it annoys me. But other than that, going forward, nothing should have an echo. You know what I mean? It really shouldn't. I've controlled it now, and I now know what I'm going to be doing on one level of the spectrum of a game, and then if it doesn't work on that one, I'll go to the next one, and then that should be perfect. So going forward, we shouldn't have no more bullshit echo on my playthroughs. Having said that, so yeah, we went to Game of Thrones, we went to South Park, sorted the echo out, and then the next playthrough was Battlefield. Battlefield was a very short playthrough for me, and I I was disappointed in how short it was, but at the same time they had different broken up stories and stuff like that, which was okay. But I couldn't really get a grip on any one. Like the story wasn't one big epic, like journey or whatever. It was just a bunch of journeys put together, and it really broke up the playthrough for me. It was a good idea because there's so many stories to tell in World War One or Two or whatever. But at the same time, it kind of annoyed me. Plus, there was some boring elements to it. They opened with a boring mission. It took me 2 hours to complete. Maybe I died a little bit, but no, I didn't die that. I didn't even die that much. It was essentially just a boring mission. It was a long, boring mission. Now, when you play a war game, you're going to have a sniper mission, you're going to have a tank mission, you may even have a plane mission, but you never open with that, or especially make it be like the first 3 hours of your game. You know what I mean? It annoyed me. You go with the base, you go with something like D-Day, you go with something like jumping out of an airplane, and then they took the sneaking element. That was straight after the tank element, and it was like, can we just have some open warfare here? Can we just go out killing, shouting, screaming, and murdering people instead of sneaking? 2-hour tank mission where I'm just shooting in a tank, and then I got out a little bit and then had to get back into the tank. So that was a fundamental mistake in my opinion on Battlefield. It was too, and then the plane missions were repetitive, continuous. There was like 2 or 3, I think. I don't know. I think there was 2, but they were long, and it really did slow the game down and slow the game. The playthrough down in itself. So I don't think too many people enjoyed watching that overall, and I never really heard too much about the Battlefield 1 story, but I never looked into it because Battlefield has always been a solid game for me, so I didn't really feel the need to look into it, or worry about it. I did buy it for £20, and I got all the DLC, so if you're interested in playing online, it's worth it. Me, I'm not really interested in playing it online. I don't really care for it. It weren't my favourite game anyway. No, I played Battlefield 4 online. I loved it, and I got up to a rank 100 and something. But this Battlefield, I have no real interest in playing long term. I hope to God the Call of Duty is a better playthrough, which will be coming up in the next few weeks or whatever. I don't know when I'm going to get around to that, depending on how long the playthrough is, etc. So because I'll be breaking up the playthroughs and stuff. So after the boring Battlefield playthrough, we then go into Borderlands, which I think is in hindsight a mistake because the Borderlands playthrough, while it is good or decent, people have been giving it on PSN 2 months ago. People on Xbox got it this month or last month. So a lot of Xbox One players and PS4 players have essentially played this game. I never played it. I wanted to play it. I recorded it. It sounds decent, by the way, and it will end when it ends. It's not, I do an hour a day, and it takes about 2 days to do 1 episode. 5 episodes. It's nearly done. Maybe next week it'll end, I think, sometime. And I'll jump onto another playthrough, which will be an adventure playthrough, by the way. I said adventure, it'll be like the Uncharted game, so it's coming on that realm of there, so I'm breaking it up a little bit. I've got some shooters to play as well. I've still got Halo, I've still got Gears, I've got Prey, I've got Titanfall, I've got some choice-based games, I've got Life is Strange. I will be playing, depending on what I decide to do and how long the game is, to break up certain games. My next big game that I will be playing, hopefully on day one, if I can get the money on the day or two or whatever it is, will be Far Cry 5. That was an upcoming playthrough that I will be doing. I've platinumed the last 2. I don't think you guys saw me platinum him. I've only recorded 1. What was it? Was it Primal? Yeah, it was Primal I recorded, and I platinumed that, but I don't think you guys saw that. I don't believe you guys saw that. It's on my channel regardless. So I've platinumed the last 2. I'm hoping that I absolutely love the Far Cry 5. Far Cry series. I absolutely love it. Open world, and you know me, I'm not a big fan of open world. Like playing the games as well. The last big one I did other than Far Cry was Assassin's Creed, which I'll be getting to the new Assassin's Creed at some point as well. Don't worry, it's all in the pipeline. It's coming out slowly but surely. We've got the Walking Dead Telltale series, we've got the Batman Telltale series. Also, I'm a big fan of Batman, as you know, Batman in the background over there. But I'm not gonna jump from Telltale game to Telltale game. So I'll be going away from Telltales for a bit and playing a bunch of other games, including Prey. It just depends. I don't know. decide here and there what to play next, depending on how long the playthrough is and stuff like that. You know, and essentially entertaining you, trying to break it up as much as possible, because I don't want to keep going shooter to shooter, etc., etc. So I'm breaking them up as much as possible. That's about it for playthroughs. I mean, also got Knack 2, South Park, Wolfenstein 2. They're coming up at some point. We've got, Far Cry is the only new game that I'll be playing new right now. Anyway, I do intend at some point to play Monster Hunter as well. I think, you know, that's open world, so I've got to be very cautious of that, how many hours that's going to go on for. At some point, I will be playing that as well. So it's going to be interesting. I'm very much, I mean, you can take on T-Rexes. My friend Chaos is playing it right now. He's taking on T-Rexes and monsters, and then like a dragon and everything. They're coming together and fighting each other, and then he's fighting them, and it sounds really entertaining, and I can't step away from that. I mean, if I step away from Skyrim and a game like that with dragons in it, that's fair enough, and that's on me, RPG element. But and this is a little bit of grinding as well. You go, you grind, you hunt, and then you repeat. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but this one actually seems accessible to me. It's something I'm really going to enjoy. I don't know when I'll be playing it, but I will be playing it at some point. So that covers food and playthroughs, the beard. What else is there to talk about? Not a hell of a lot. Oh, I am intending, now somebody contacted me on Twitter about 2 weeks ago about my headset and said, is it comfortable? You know, do you need a new one? X, Y, and Z. And was thinking about donating to me so I can get a new headset, or maybe even buy me a headset. Even asking me if I had a PO box like some of the other big YouTubers. And to be honest with you, is so people can send me stuff. And the PO box runs about £200 a year, so it wouldn't be worth me. Unless people were actually sending me stuff like hordes of fan mail, like or whatever, then it wouldn't really be worth me having one. I mean, it's £200 a year. I can invest that into my channel, into the games, or, for example, I don't know, like I said, a headset and stuff like that. I do have a headset unboxing coming up over the next few weeks. I will be buying a new headset, thank God, finally. This one has been with me since 2012. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 6 years. It's still pretty good. It's nothing wrong with it other than it's a bit wear and tear, like the padding's gone off a little bit. There's marks on it. It's dusty. It doesn't look very up to date or anything. It's, maybe you can argue, a bit ugly, and I even understand that. It was in the PS3 days. You know, they haven't changed too much similar from this, other than taking these bits off or whatever, these little bits, and it's just a round thing on the PlayStation official one. Whatever the technology is. But I will be updating over the next few weeks, so you'll have that unboxing to look forward to as well. More anime unboxings I'll be doing, or trying to do one at least that I'm really interested in watching. Netflix and stuff have come out with some good anime on, like Devilman. I haven't finished watching it, but it's pretty good. And then, you know, you've got a bunch of other anime. I can't even remember what they're all called, but I've got an array of them. I'm watching my Korean shows. If you're interested in Friends, the show Friends that ended years ago, and apparently they're still making $20 million each off of that a year, because of the royalties and stuff, because people keep watching it. 10 seasons of Friends. So I'm really watching that, to be honest with you. I won't say rewatching, I'm watching it from start to finish, and I'm actually enjoying it. And even though it's like done 17, 18 years ago now, well, when it first started in 1999, I'm still laughing at it, and I'm still enjoying it. The jokes aren't political or anything like that. They're timeless. They're just funny things that, you know, Chandler and all the other gang or whatever say. It's just hilarious. I'm watching that. I know you might say, man, you're watching that, it's like you're a little bit late in the day. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Hell, I'm late with my playthroughs as well as my TV shows, I suppose. But, watch San Andreas as well, with The Rock in it. He's got some interesting movies coming up. So yeah, Netflix is doing quite well, I've got to be honest with you. I'm very satisfied with Netflix. They're doing a great job right now. Watching all their new series, some of their scary things, but they've got, got some scary movies on there, so I've been enjoying that for entertainment as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else to talk about. I think that's about it for this update video, to be honest with you. There's not a lot more else to say. If you're interested in, well, actually, I will go on that. Basically, actually, I will continue and say about the donation things and stuff like that. How should I put this? Somebody, like I said, somebody asked me on Twitter about my headset, and asked me for my Amazon wish list and stuff like that. The only way I do donations and stuff like the PO box and stuff like that, which I don't do, is you can have my Amazon wish list, or maybe be PayPal, which I do with donations if you want to donate, or get a shout out for your channel or business, or even say to me, here's a food product review. You can email me if you're interested in doing that. That is the way the sponsorship really works. Or you sponsor me, or whatever, give me the money for a product, or you just donate to me and I get to buy some kind of food review, because it all gets reinvested back into the channel anyway. So that's the way I do things here, and all that information is in the link in the description below. Or my merchandise you can buy as well, a t-shirt if you want the Roses are Red, Violets are Blue chocolate chip cookie review t-shirt. That is also in the link in the description below. Some people are interested in that, some people aren't. It is what it is. So that just takes care of what I do there. If you want to shout out for your channel, whether it be a food review or a FIFA simulation, they continue as and when. They've been pretty accurate over the past couple of weeks up until the Bournemouth game, which technically was accurate, just with another team actually winning, unfortunately, with that same scoreline. But yeah, so I just thought I'd do this update video for, it's like the end of January. It's February. Just call it February. Yeah, it's February 1st right now at this point in time. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this update. I hope you enjoyed everything I said. If you have any questions or whatever, specifically that you want to know or want me to cover, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. I often do. I sometimes think that when I get back to people, or some people don't comment because they're worried that I'm going to engage with them. And I do to a point, depending if it's hate. I don't mind negative criticism, but Jesus, don't be a dick about it. You know what I mean? Just say I disagree, or I think this, or I think that. Not fuck you, you motherfucking dick, fucking blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? It's retarded in that respect. But I do end up getting back to a lot of people, and I think some people are a bit afraid to comment. Sometimes, it is what it is. I'm not always the best at getting back to people because it gets lost in my emails and stuff like that, and notifications, because I do a lot of things and I get a lot of emails and stuff. But I try and get back to as much as you as I can. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links are in the description below. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.